Hello everyone, this is your English Understood Easy program or channel, and here we are with the one of the most important and broad subject in English language fundamentals, and these are pronouns. I will start right here. What are pronouns? Pronouns are words that replace nouns or other pronouns. They are commonly known as I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Now, what do we have twice? You and you. Same thing here. You and you. Well, this applies to you as a one person, and this applies to group of people. For example, you are a football player, and in plural, you are football players. This is very important. Now, I'm starting with this part of presentation, and this is absolutely not the way to learn different pronouns, whether it is subject pronoun, object pronoun, possessive adjective, or possessive pronoun. There are more of them, and they are so similar that, or almost the same, that it's impossible to just memorize it. If you try to memorize them, you will fail. I guarantee you that. Besides, we learn pronouns and subject pronoun, and they are both exactly the same, but they are different. Crazy, right? So let's say these examples. I, subject pronoun, packed my, possessive adjective, luggage, myself. But myself is not here. Wow, we have a problem. Let's look at here. He cleaned his, possessive adjective, room himself. Well, it's not here. It's another part, and there is more than another two columns like this. These are just basic 4. Now, I am not going to go all through this, and what I will do, I will minimize it, and I will start with pronouns as a really interesting subject. What are pronouns? Okay, what are pronouns? Pronouns are words that replace nouns, names of people, places, or things. They help us avoid repetition. What is repetition? Repetition is if you say one word or one name all the time. So let's say James is a boy. James lives by himself. James lives in Thailand. James lives in the city of Bangkok. So did you hear that? 4 sentences and 4 times James. So what we say is avoid repetition. So James is a Canadian living in Bangkok. And then we say he lives or he moved to Thailand. He replaces his name. So instead of repeating a noun, James is a teacher. James helps students. We have James is a teacher. He helps students. And then we have to learn what kind of pronouns do we have. So we have personal pronouns, refer to specific people or things. And here are examples. She is my friend. I saw him yesterday. They are studying English. So whatever is bold, it's a pronoun. Then we have possessive pronouns, which explains who owns something, show ownership. Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. Let's see if we have it over here. So I will go back and we have possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns. Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs. So this is very important. I will send it back and we'll talk about examples. This book is mine. That car is theirs. The possessive pronouns usually ends with s at the end. Then we have reflexive pronouns, and they are not listed in here. Reflexive pronouns are not listed in here. Reflexive pronouns. Because reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, self, self, selves, selves, selves. I taught myself English. Okay. She heard herself. Now, my, yours, him, her, it are singular. Our, yourselves, and themselves. We have ELF means singular, one person. Elves means plural. Then we have demonstrative pronouns. I'm sure you heard about them. Point to specific things. This, that, these, those. We'll explain it a little bit later. This is my phone. Those are your shoes. Then there are interrogative pronouns used to ask question. Who, whom, whose, what, and which. Who is calling? What do you want? Quite often, they are referred as WH question, but not quite as clear as is these interrogative pronouns, because WH questions are who, what, why, when, and where. These are slightly different. A relative pronoun. Again, look at this. Relative pronouns connect clauses and give more information. What are clauses? Well, clauses are part of sentence. Who, whom, whose, what, which, that. So these are interrogative pronouns, and these are relative pronouns. We'll explain that a little bit later, because pronouns are very broad subject to explain. Indefinite pronouns refer to non-specific people or things, and these are very interesting. Some, one, anyone, everyone, something, nothing, each, few, many. Examples: someone is at the door, everyone is happy. How do we use pronouns? To replace nouns, to avoid repetition, to make sentences smoother. For example, John said, John will come, which is wrong. John said, he will come. It's correct grammar. Then there are important rules. We have subject versus object. He likes coffee. He like him. Sorry, I like him. So, subject, but him is object. Agreement, the boy, he. The girl, they. But there is S, so that's why there is they. Pronouns must match the noun. Clarity makes sure it is clear what the pronoun refers to. John told Mike that he was late. Who was late? It's wrong sentence. John told Mike, you are late or you were late. Okay. Simple summary, very easy. Pronoun replaces a noun, helps avoid repetition, make sentences clearer, that means easier understandable, easy to understand. So let's write it this way, easier to understand, and improve flow of speech and writing, which is true. So now I will go to second part of pronouns, and I will explain it a little bit harder. You are already familiar with this part. Now we have to explain subject pronoun, object pronoun, possessive adjective, possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun is usually at the end of the sentence, but everything is explained in here. Personal pronouns take the role of subject or object in a sentence. Subject, she always smiles at you. Object. She is subject. You are object. A subject pronoun replaces a common or proper noun. Do you remember what's the difference between common and proper noun? And is the subject of the verb in the sentence. Wow, that's complicated, isn't it? Once again, a subject pronoun is the subject of the verb in the sentence. Where is the newspaper? It is on the table. Mark and Jane are in love. They, because they are two, will get married next fall. An object pronoun replaces the direct or indirect object of a verb. Wow, that's really interesting. An object pronoun replaces the object of a verb. He likes her. That is object pronoun. Please send me. Send is a verb, right? So if I will write verb in red, then send is a verb. Just like over here, likes. The flowers are from him. The flowers are from him. What is are? Are is form of verb be. Is that correct? Do you agree with me? So now I will talk about possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns as used to tell us an ownership. So I will move it a little bit further, and here we are. A possessive adjective says who owns something. Place it before the noun. This is my money. Money is noun. Where did you put your money? My money, your money, and it is possessive adjective. So we have it. Possessive adjective is right here, but it's adjective. So what does it have to do with pronouns? Well, let's find out very fast. Okay, what did we finish? Oh, here. A possessive pronoun replaces a noun to show possession or ownership. Place it at the end of the sentence. So, that money is mine. That is my money. That money is mine. This book is mine. So it stands at the end of the sentence. Then there are reflexive pronouns. Myself, yourself, himself. These are singular and these are plurals. Ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. A reflexive pronoun is the person who does an action. It ends in self in the singular form and or selves in the plural form. So we have the so-called person in pronouns. First person is I. Second person is you, singular you. Girl is dancing. Second, in plural, you girls are dancing. Use reflexive pronouns for the following situations. To say that the subject and the object are the same. I can see myself in that mirror. I, myself. Can you see yourself? To enforce the subject. We want to solve the problem ourselves. Okay, so I will add by ourselves. What are indefinite pronouns? They are another one. All, any, more, most, none, some, and such. And then there are relative pronoun. Relative pronoun, whom, whomever, which. Well, we use a relative pronoun that, who, whom, whose, which, and more for people object. A relative pronoun introduces a clause that adds information about a noun or pronoun. So let's see what it will tell us in the table below. We can stay in or go out, whichever you prefer. Now, do not confuse the relative pronoun with the contraction who is. Whose book is this? Who is at the door? These are the very big differences. Now, pronouns are difficult, and I will return to them at least one more time. So we have relative pronoun. It's used for people, refer, subject, or object, and relative pronoun examples. Do you know Senit who sent you the gift? Whom? The lady whom we talk about is an IAS officer. Whose? Which? What? That. Now we have a problem. Where? When? Why? Especially these three are questions of or WH questions or information questions. Where about place? When about time? Why about the reason? These are very difficult parts of the grammar. I am explaining it very simply for one specific reason. To do not confuse you. There is so much to talk about. So I will come back, I will come back to this one and I will continue in same thing one more time. You can see that it actually says same thing because it is about same thing. And to get about pronouns, we will have to write many different examples. So what I will do is I will copy this part. Command C. And let's go all the way to the end. We are here. Okay. We are here. And I will write examples. I have a car. Okay, I don't like the color, so I will get rid of it. No color. Oh, this one. Okay. I have a car. That's here. You have a car. Now we have he, she, it, and that's really interesting. He, she, it. And we will have to write has a car. So we have something called first person, second person, and third person in pronouns. Now we have plural. So these are singular pronouns. If I will cover it in gray. Okay, these are singular, and we have we, You, they. Now, I will make it easier for everybody. No bold. Let's go to regular size, and we want black. Okay. And what do we have? Okay. We have a car. But we are football players. Now I have to send this away, and I will write over here, you are from another team. And they are all our friends. Now, our comes to we. So we can blend it, possessive adjective. Our friends. So this I will have to explain differently. So what will I do over here? The plural has only have, while third person, like he, she, it, is using has. These are things that are difficult to explain, and I will have to return to it later on. Because if I will teach you, you have to remember this, you will never remember it. Because there is much more to learn in this area. Then we have relative pronouns, about which I didn't talk about yet. But relative pronouns come to Pratham 5, Pratham 6. So what will I do is, you learn about pronouns, and we will return to them as we will study greater details about each fundamentals of the English language. It is not easy, but we will make it. I promise you that. Bye for now. Leave it for now, and we'll talk about it later on, because everything requires great explanation, not just presentation. From presentation, you can learn about its existence, but from understanding repeated presentation and explained presentation, you will learn how to use it, and you will learn how to understand it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.